Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna dust off MLB The Show 19. I don't have the latest MLB The Show right now. This is gonna be still off the PS4, but if this does well, we'll get that and keep playing. I played MLB The Show for a while, but it just didn't really get a lot of views. But I figure, it's summertime, baseball season. We might as well get this going. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna do a fantasy draft with every player in the game, so including the legends and everything. So some teams are going to have Mike Trout, somebody's going to have Babe Ruth, Ken Griffey Jr. It's going to get crazy, and we're going to just kind of see how we can do there. Obviously, fantasy draft doesn't really matter what team you start with. I'm not really sure what I want to do. I might go the Rockies. They've got a good hitters park, so we might do that. So here's what we're going to do. We'll do this. We'll swing over, see if we can find the Colorado Rockies. There we go. Yep. We'll do that. We'll do a fantasy draft on all teams, legend free agents. Yep. Okay, CPU roster control, CPU trading. We'll keep that. Designated hitter, we'll turn it on for everybody, just because that's kind of how it is now. And then here it is. So straight up, let's see, what are we, ninth? Yeah. So we're ninth. Big thing with getting us a number one draft, we need somebody who's going to be good no matter what. So we can see everybody that's been picked has been 99. So we'll see. We're up. Let's see what we got. So we got Bob Gibson available. Honestly, Bob Gibson would be awesome. Joe Morgan, good, right? But if we're going with somebody who's a 99 overall, they better be able to do everything. And I'm looking at Ken Griffey Jr. right here. Either that or Mike Schmidt. Ooh, that's a tough one. But Ken Griffey Jr., man, he's like my favorite. We're taking him number one overall for us. Number one overall actually went to Seattle. So I'm in, what division is that? So I'll be with Arizona. Dude, I gotta dust up on my baseball divisions, man. I can't even remember now. All right, Fergie Jenkins. Got Alomar. Not really that big on taking a second baseman this early. Whitey Ford and Max Scherzer. Scherzer might be the move here. There's not a whole lot of starting pitchers left, so I think at this point, as much as I want to grab JD Martinez, man, and just absolutely rake, I think Max Scherzer is going to be the move. Whitey Ford's got a little more control. He just throws pretty slow. So we're taking Scherzer. Got Griffey and Scherzer. Let's see what we got. Fergie Jenkins. So we still have a lot of good options on there. I mean, Jenkins as a reliever would be cool, but I don't know. It might win me a lot of games. Man, that's tough. He's 28. Yeah, I think maybe we do. This is kind of bold. It's going to give us a guy with a ton of stamina on our bullpen, though. So he'll be a great guy to just come in and eat innings if he has to. So that might be a mistake. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. And now there's still a ton of relief pitchers. Josh Donaldson, I think, right now is the best option. Either him or Verlander, man. Goldschmidt's a good piece, too. I think Josh Donaldson. We've got a couple of pitchers. If we can have Donaldson in there as a right-hander, right-handed bat in there, we're going to take him. I like Donaldson. I think that's a good choice. Warren Spahn, Zach Greinke. We still got a lot of relievers here, but we don't need relievers like that. We need some starters here, so I think Warren Spahn's going to be coming with us, 36 years old, coming on over. It's exciting. And then obviously the way I play these seasons, we have 162 games, but I play like the first in a 3-game series, and then like the first and last in a 4-game set. So that's kind of how we do that. So here we go. A lot of relief pitchers. Harmon Killebrew still on the board as a first baseman. Yeah, I think that's what we need right there. Yep, bring him. This is going to be a team with some serious pop, I can already tell you. So, starting pitchers left. There's still some good arms out there, but I probably need one of these 3 guys. Carlos Carrasco's got great velo. He's 31. Doesn't have great stamina though, but he's got the velocity, got the control, nasty break. We might as well grab him. I think my pitching staff is going to be one of the worst in the league right now. We're getting down to the nitty gritty here, huh? We got Dennis Eckersley as a reliever. 96. He's pretty good. I mean, doesn't have a lot of stamina, but I think we got to take him just because he's so good. We're gonna have a very interesting relief pitching staff here. Yoenis Cespedes still on the board. Cueto's still available. I might have to go Cueto. The thing is, your starting pitching is so important because you're going to have teams that are absolute units, and so I think Cueto will be a good piece there. I'm afraid, though, that I'm not filling out my position players like I need to be. I still need a catcher. Jorge Posada is a good option. I like Posada, but I'm just not sure if that's really where I want to go with that. I have Killebrew at first. Second base. Cano could be something. I love Cano. Adrian Beltre. I've got Donaldson over there. I do not have a shortstop. I do love Brandon Crawford. I think he's awesome. Gene Segura is pretty good too. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I don't know. That's a tough one. Joe Carter's still available out in left. I've got Lou Brock. Might be a nice piece to have in the lineup just for that speed. He's old though. He's 35. Joe Carter, man. I mean, this is going to be a major commitment to the power hitting option there. Charlie Blackmon actually might be a good piece as well. Nelly Cruz is still on the board. I feel good about my pitching staff. I think I'm done for the most part with that. So now I think we can focus on this. I just don't see Posada really being that valuable as a catcher. Rod Carew. I mean, that might be one. They say Jed Lowry's better, but Rod Carew might be... There's still some good pieces, though. Starlin Castro, I like. Kinsler's not bad. VR, Cano. We talked about shortstops. There's still a lot of good ones out there. Brock. I might be leaning towards Charlie Blackmon, man. I got Ken Griffey, though. Well, that kind of solves that. I mean, I don't need Beltre. Yeah. I might go Rod Carew, man. Second baseman. Make things interesting. He's 31. Good contact hitter, which we don't have any, so we're going to do that. Let's see what we got there. Dallas Keuchel. We still got a ton of guys. Joe Carter's still available in left field. His defense isn't good. My defense might be pretty bad. I still don't have a shortstop. Crawford's still on the board. Joe Carter's still out there. Lou Brock's still out there. I can't tell between whether I want Joe Carter or Lou Brock, man. The defense of Lou Brock and the speed could be something great for us, but I still need a right fielder also. Nelson Cruz can hit bombs. This is a tough one. This is getting tough because this is where, like, Wilson Ramos, it might be kind of fun to have. Wellington Castillo, Austin Barnes, Alex Avila, Francisco Savelli, Chirinos, Zanino's got some pop. I might take Wilson Ramos, maybe. I think that'd be good. Yachty's good too. He's still got the arm, but so is Wellington Castillo, but I'm okay for now. I might take Brandon Crawford over at short. Because I need a shortstop. He's great. So, and he's one of my favorite players in general anyway. We still got a lot of good options for starting pitchers. I'm not too worried about that. Still a lot of relievers on the board. Not worried about that. Yadier, Molina. We still do need a catcher. Who's got a good arm? Alex Avila, Chirinos, Russell Martin. He's got a good arm. I didn't know that. I don't really. We've got our first base, second base, third base, shortstop. Still, a left fielder would be good. Joe Carter and Lou Brock are still on the board, which is kind of crazy to me. Lou Brock. I don't really need the speed, though. But Joe Carter's pretty bad defensively, so it's hard for me to... Michael Brantley also might be a good option, just for a good bat in the lineup. Hard for me to choose, and I don't have a right fielder either. Tommy Pham's a good option. Andrew McCutcheon's a good option. Joe Carter or Lou Brock, man. I guess we'll go Joe Carter. He's got the pop. We're gonna... That'll give some of those other guys some protection too, so I do still need a good catcher, and Wellington Castillo should probably be good for me. I think right now he's got about the best arm available, so he hits okay. Let's see what else is available here. Miley, John Lester, Nathan Eovaldi might be a good piece in the future. Carter. We still need a right fielder. This guy Dante Bichette. I'd almost lean towards McCutcheon just because he's decent. He can... Domingo Santana's down here too. And he's really more of a prospect than anything, but he could end up being a machine as well. I do need some more relievers. we've pretty much filled out our whole crew here beside our right fielders. I just can't decide. Is there still good options here? Yeah, I'm kind of looking at Domingo Santana because he's young. That's really the only option we have left. So I think I'm going to take McCutcheon. Even though Dante Bichette's better, I like a little bit more of the speed from McCutcheon and his arm strength and defense. And then he hits lefties pretty well. So we'll send Kutch out there and right. Lou Brock was still on the board, huh? That's crazy. Okay, so starters are good. Anybody else that we just can't pass up on? I think I've got all my guys figured out as far as my starters at every position. Yeah. So now we can probably fill in a good starter. I like Nathan Eovaldi. I like the velo. I think he's a great option. So we're going to go ahead and throw Eovaldi in there. That'll finish my starting rotation, which I think is awesome. And then now I think we can just fill in some relievers. So Jerry Blevins, pretty nasty. Joakim Soria might actually be a better option there. Jerry Blevins is still on the board, so we'll grab him. You got Blackburn. You got a lot of options here. Yates, Oberg, Larry Doby could still be a good option in the outfield, but Jesus Aguilar. I mean, I don't really have a DH right now. I don't think. He's young too. He could still be a absolute unit. He's got the ability to hit. That's tough, man. It's a tough one. I've got Harmon Killebrew. Yeah, I'll take him. He's young. I think we're going to have a real good overall team here. Kirby Yates. This guy, yeah, this guy throws lasers. Keep him as my closer. Jose Alvarez. Lefty. That might be good. Nate Jones. Who's this guy? I don't even know who this guy is. He's a fireballer, though. Jose Alvarez, though, has got a little bit of stamina. You got to be mindful of stamina, too, when you're talking about relief pitchers and whatnot. It can be tricky. Matt Kemp, still available. I don't care that much. Ryan Zimmerman, still available. Relief pitchers. We're getting there. Tony Watson, another lefty. I like it when guys can throw fire. Luis Garcia. A lot of velo. Might as well throw him on there. So how are we looking here? Relief pitchers. I don't know how many I need exactly. Eckersley will probably be our closer. Zach Duke. I mean, who else is on here that throws good? Tony Watson, another lefty. I don't know what our splits are. I think we've got a ton of left-handed relievers right now, which is interesting. Tommy Hunter is a righty. He throws hard. He's nasty. Sheesh. Yeah, we'll have to pick him up. Pick him up and see what's going on. We will need probably another starting pitcher to just have handy. I want to see if there's any like prospects, any young guys that I can pick up. Darren Durant. He's only 24. George Austin's only 24 with that kind of velocity and stamina. Yeah, we'll take George Austin for the future in case we need him. Okay. And then maybe another young starter to just have. Another prospect kind of guy. Yeah, there's Darren Durant. Good break on stuff. Felipe Salgado. 21 years old. Alex Urbina. Good stamina. Doesn't have a lot of control. Elvis Franco. Throws hard. Pick him up. 21 years old. You gotta remember that for moving forward, is that you also want prospects if we're talking long term, which we are. And I like pitching prospects, of course. We got Vizcaino, that's fine. Probably could use another catcher. Do I have like a young prospect that I could have be my backup somewhere? I like his defense. 25. This guy's 20. Ralph Estrada, 20 years old. Plays good back there, though. See if we can get some homegrown catching prospects. We'll pick up a couple of them. Just because catchers, you got to rotate them out frequently, and I want... oh, somebody took him. Oh, Ralph Estrada right there. I just want to have that freedom to kind of play with that a little bit. I'm just glad we were able to grab the guys we were, having some legends up there in the order is going to be great. I got Killebrew and Aguilar. Rod Carew at second. Is there any prospects here that we want? I don't know. Jose Reyes. Still there. Logan Forsythe. We'll grab Jose Reyes. He brings a little bit of speed. Can be good. I think Reyes also can play a lot of different positions. Yeah. So that kind of ends up being pretty valuable as well. I forgot to mention that, but when a guy can play a lot of positions, that makes him pretty valuable. So really right now what we need is an outfielder that can play a lot of positions. Alex Gordon would be a good piece. The problem is he really doesn't hit too well, but he is able to play every position, outfield. Also Gerard Dyson, which I'm actually looking at that like he might be a little more valuable with his range anyway. Good bunter. Doesn't hit real well, but he can help cover some outfield spots if necessary. So we'll do that. And then we're getting down to the point where it doesn't really much matter now. Aguilar, Carew, and Reyes, Donaldson, Crawford, Carter, Griffey, Dyson. Should be good. We might be able to grab another outfielder if we wanted. Cargo can still hit a little bit. Juan Lagares plays some good defense. I kind of need another corner infielder, don't I? Maybe not. Lagares is still young too. I feel like he could be a good piece. He's 29. Manuel Moreno. Look at this guy. 22. Is there any prospects? Jonathan Pierce. He could be something, huh? He's only 18. Get us some young guys in our lineups here. Yeah, you can see a lot of other teams are doing the same thing. Clay Buchholz's still available, which is funny to me. I still could use another, maybe a third baseman that's young. Dave Kaufman. Look at this guy. Well, he's 20. That's good. I mean, you get these guys up in there and they get a chance to play. Nobody wants to fill out their lineup with guys that, you know, they're not going to use. Rod Carew, Jose Reyes, Donaldson, Kaufman over there, Crawford at short, Carter. We got plenty of outfielders. Okay, so really I feel good about it. Kiki Cortez, 18 years old, is a lefty, good strikeout stuff. Might as well. The more prospects we have available, the better we'll be in the long run. Brandon McCarthy, might grab him just for some depth. Starting pitching side of things. Gardner, Sanchez. I really do think we're in a good spot with our situation there. Relief pitching seems to be good. See if there's any young reliever prospects, although we'd be looking more for them in the younger generation here. This guy's got some velocity. Wyatt Richer. Let's grab him. So we just picked up a bunch of prospects really now because I don't need too much else. Edwin Encarnacion still available. It's a guy who can hit in a spot, but not too worried. Alex Gordon might be a good guy to have just because the defense. He's an older guy. Let's pick him up. I think I'm covered as far as my infielders go, but we'll see. Derek Kershaw. This guy's a catcher, 22. Alright, let's grab him. Screw it, man. We can do that. Sandy Alcantara. I could use another shortstop. Alcides Escobar is nice. He'd probably be a good guy to have defensively just because I'll be used to Brandon Crawford. And then we also have Damian Price, who's a prospect, and he's 20 years old. He's just not a very good defensive shortstop, which is kind of scary. Guy can hit though, so you know what, we're gonna take a gamble on Damian Price there, and hopefully it doesn't turn out bad for me. All right, Maybe he'll still be there. Alcides Escobar's still there. Yep, we'll grab him. Perfect. That's the other thing we gotta keep in mind is injuries and all that kind of stuff. Reynolds, Encarnacion. There's still a lot of good pieces. Joe Mauer at first. But man, he really is just a catcher. No, he's a first baseman now. Do I want any of these guys? No. I've got maybe David Freese on the bench. Martin Prado. I guess Freese is a little better, but I know Prado can hit. So we'll do that. And as far as finishing off, I'll just probably be doing the same thing, picking up prospects and then going from there. I don't think there'll be anything too significant. We're kind of at that point now where there's not a whole lot left. So stay tuned in. We'll start the year. I'll probably make some adjustments and set the lineups, and I'll get that out. That'll be coming up next. So thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Y'all take care of yourselves.